Hello, this is Matt Gulledge. Today we'll be using GPS and GIS systems to take a virtual field trip of the Roman Empire. Uh, this is Google Earth that I'm using right now, and we'll start off the trip in our beloved Arkansas and just type in Rome, and here we go. Across the Atlantic to the Italian peninsula. But first we're going to back out and so you can get a better picture of where Rome is in Europe, how it's strategically located, kind of stuck out in the Mediterranean. And during the height of its empire, it pretty much controlled the land that you see in your screen right now. Pretty much controlled most of Europe, southern England, the North African coast, Egypt, the Holy Land, the Levant region. And we're going to take a look at some of the locations. We talked about Hannibal. Carthage was located in North Africa, probably somewhere around Algiers. And we talked about how Hannibal landed his army across the Straits of Gibraltar. So this is the small little piece of land that you can see connecting the Mediterranean with the Atlantic Ocean. He crossed the, or Hannibal rather, crossed the Alps to attack Rome from the north. You can take a look and see the geography of the region, how the Alps kind of form this protective shield from the north, because it's really tough to get an army, especially one with war elephants, across a mountainous region. But Hannibal was able to pull it off and win many battles on the Italian peninsula, but never capture Rome itself. Okay, so let's move on to Rome herself, so we can maybe look at some sites of Rome and where it's located. She's right over here. Here's Rome. We're going to zoom in a little closer and maybe we can capture a location or special site in Rome. And I'm seeing in the heart of the city the Roman Colosseum, and this is a great view of the Colosseum. And there's many of these small picture things that pop up that can show you really neat pictures of the Colosseum. You can also get other kind of information, restaurants, hotels, things like that. Now, let's look at where Rome is situated geographically. Here's the Tiber River, which runs through the heart of the city and provided an outlet to the Mediterranean Sea. And there's your access to the sea. That was a good reason why Rome was so strategically located. And you can tell that she's just right out in the middle of the Mediterranean, and where she can pretty much dominate the region. Now let's check out another of the locations we discussed in the PowerPoint. Alexandria, Egypt. You can see the Nile River little span of green where the Nile floods and you get really rich fertile land. You can see that really well in contrast with the desert, the brown region. So right here on the edge of on the western edge of the Nile Delta, we will find Alexandria. Let me zoom in. Here she is, Alexandria, located right on the coast. A great port city. Good natural harbor. This is why Alexandria was built by Alexander the Great where it was, because it was such a ideal location, situated on the Mediterranean, and provided a great port for goods and trade to be coming in and out of the city. Let's take a look closer. Unfortunately, the Great Library and the Great Lighthouse were lost to history. The Great Lighthouse was destroyed in a earthquake, and the library was burned. But since we are in Egypt, let's check out the Great Pyramids. And there's somewhere over here close to the Nile Delta on the western edge, kind of stuck out in the desert. I'm having trouble finding it right now, but if you have trouble, you can always just type in a specific location. So let me type in Great Pyramid, Giza, and hit search and see how far off that I was. Let's see how far off. Oh, so just missed it. And you get a great view of the pyramids. The Great Pyramid being the largest pyramid right there. You can take a look at the symmetry and all the perfect angles, and you're really stunned and amazed by how straight and even these buildings are. Just beautiful buildings. And these are just a few of the things that you can do with GPS and GIS systems. It gives you more of a spectacle to see rather than just read about in a textbook or something like that. It's visually stimulating for the student, and it supplies like a place where you can go visit and literally look around the city without ever leaving the classroom. So